Hello, sir. Uh, I wish you are fine here in Sudan, and I wish you are enjoying the nice weather these days. It's a rainy season, and the temperature, I think, is a little bit not hot too much, a little bit nice. Uh, Anyways, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Ali. I am a construction specialist, a Sudanese citizen here. I work in Sudan. I I do all my business here in Sudan. I've never been outside Sudan for doing any kind of business, but China. I go China to bring some materials and some goods from there for my business here in Sudan. Uh, I like China so much. I like doing the business in China. I like Chinese food. I like Chinese culture. I like Chinese environment, and I like Chinese people so much. Now long time I go there, and I love this country so much. I do all my business from there, and I like to stay doing and keep doing this business for longer time, more longer. Anyways, what the reason to tell you this? I heard yesterday that you had a meeting. You had a meeting with the African mediator, and he talked to you about the sanctions against Sudan. Okay, uh, uh, I want to tell you that we suffered a lot, from the last regime of Al Bashir. For more than 30 years as a Sudanese youth, we've been very young when this government started leading our country to this mess. Uh, anyways, uh, I want to tell you something that I know you are a very big country. You are a very big country, and China also is a very big country, and we are very little compared to you in the economy size and also in the population. But during doing my business in China, I suffered a lot from your sanctions against Sudan. So I don't think these sanctions were smart. They were not smart, never, because it was not against the government. You always telling that we are doing sanctions against the government of the Sudan, but no, these sanctions were against the people and the nation of the Sudan, and also against the country itself and its infra foundation development. I'm telling this because we suffered this long time. For example, I work in China. I work in China. When I go China, um, I need to have a bank account just like all people from any other country. Uh, I cannot do this now. Because I know the volume of trade exchange between China and uh, America is very big. I have a joke in this. I always telling that I think that the trade exchange in the underwear between China and the United States will be bigger than the whole trade exchange between Sudan and China. So you are very important for China organizations, China banks, anything. So they don't want to disturb this relation anyway. So they They stop making give us accounts in their banks. They stop us using the electronic payment. The electronic payment in China is very important thing. It makes life more easy for you. It makes life like how the other people live in China. And sometimes when you don't have this electronic payment, you face a lot of troubles. For example, when I go to the industrial area, sometimes I need the electronic payment to call taxi. After we been banned from the electronic payments like WeChat and Alipay, so I cannot order taxi using the applications of taxi call taxi applications. So I need to walk for more than 9 kilometers to reach a highway and stay there for a long time to trying to stop a taxi, to go back home, after a long day of working in the industrial area in China. And this is a very big suffering. I always feel different, not like the other people. When they use it to buy, they use the electronic payment to buy things from the hypermarket, to buy things from the market, and I know I get myself with cash, and this is very difficult. I always suffer from these sanctions so much. And I think I'm not involved in this. I'm just a citizen. I'm not involved in the government to suffer this kind of sanctions. Besides that, the people who are part of the al-Bashir regime, they have no problem. They can do anything they like. They can do anything they want very easy because they have the money, they have the facilitations from the government, and they have the connections with the Chinese government. But we don't have. This is a very big trouble for us as Sudanese people, not for the government. Uh, this is very difficult, and we suffer a lot. And I think this is even in money transfer. When I want to transfer money, I give my money to someone I don't trust, someone I don't know very well. I give him the money here in Sudan to send it for me to China. I don't give to a bank or a very stable organization or something. That make me more. This can make a very bad pressures, psychological pressures. This is my money. I give it to someone I don't trust, and to receive it in another country, this is very difficult. And it makes you nervous all the time. It makes the business very difficult for you. Uh, Anyways, I want to let you know that we suffered a lot from these sanctions, and we suffered a lot inside of our country from the policies and the bad policies of the last government of al-Bashir. And it was very difficult, and it took a long time for us, and a large sacrifice. We sacrificed a lot. So we need you, please. We need you, please, to help us in stopping these sanctions very fast, because we need to grow like the other people. I work for more than 19 years now. I've been working in this construction field, and I feel like we are very different from any other people working anywhere in the world. Because of your sanctions. Uh, I know, I don't know the reason. I know maybe you have a very it was a reaction for September 11 or something like this, but we are not involved in this. And even if our government has relations with the people who did this, I don't think the way that you made these sanctions is fair against our people here in Sudan and against us. Please try to help us in go forward, and we need to go forward, and we need to build our country. Our people suffered a lot, and we need a little time to breathe again, to breathe again. Okay. Bye. Thank you. I'm not familiar.